When I was doing my college education way back in the 1990s, I was having a problem. The big problem was not being able to trust and not being able to assess the characters and behaviors of the people. Because in psychology, there is a big disease called as the behavior metamorphosis or behavior modification. Each person, tends to change the behavior in accordance with the situation. Sometimes, as Kalpita mentioned and as Mitra mentioned, there are two extremes to this. One, because of the behavior modification, we might break some people's hearts. And if you are not very much observant about the characteristics of the people, then I don't think you are fit for having a very good friendship or relationship with that person. Let's say, for example, if you're having a new friend, and if you're not able to identify, I'm being so simplistic because people like Ritvika, Kavin are listening, so they need to understand. So I'm putting in simpler terms as much as I could. When you are having a relationship or a friendship or a new bond, wherever you go, a new company that you are joining as a professional, a new college that you are joining as a student, or when you are transferring yourself from one school to the other, and when you have a new friend coming up with you and having an ice breaking that to be done, and if the person wants to maintain a good relationship and friendship, always put that person on top. Ungala patti solunga. Okay, it's a good leadership style, right? So just start like, okay, tell about you. Who are you? Where are you from? And what interests you? And what are the things? So it's a wonderful leadership style to put the people always on the up stance instead of bragging about your own self. A good leader will always try to give elevation to the others. So here in the Rene Deluxe, what you did was you were giving importance to the visitors. And the visitors had a purpose and you gave importance to the visitors. And there was no strings attached when you were giving the importance to the visitor. You see, the visitor was having a purpose, that is to donate some money. You people were having a plain mindset in this characteristic that was given in this portrayal, not to be after money. So when you are pure, you don't need anything from the person and you are giving the favoritism to that person. So there you are feeling very comfortable because you are not going to be questioned for anything. Because you are not selfish there. You are not putting yourself onto the top of the priority there. And it's always about on a democratic basis. You are democratically putting the other person. So you are democratically putting the other person on front and you are trying to really put yourself down. I in my life had been finding it very comfortable when I started doing this. When I went into an university for my PG MBA program, there were people from the other states who were not very comfortable to have friendship with. But at the same time, I was able to make those people understand my value system. All that happened when I started helping them. All that happened when I started showing some servant leadership to the other people. All that happened when I really put them and elevated them on the way. None of my classmates really liked the first MBA students, but the first MBA students, my juniors, they were all very good friends. MBA hostel in Bharatiya University, room number 3, between 1999 and 2001. If in these 2 years, if you take that list, most of the people in that list, the students who are doing MBA, they were in room number 3. Room number 3 was my room. Because I was trying to help them, I was trying to talk to them, I was trying to put them on front. Rombo relaxed because you don't expect anything from them. Senior, Anna கூப்பிட்டு ரொம்ப எப்பவுமே கூடவே இருப்பாங்க. சந்தோஷமா. Because you don't want anything from them and you give everything to them. ஒரு 1 week வந்து உங்களுடைய ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கிட்ட அப்படி இருந்து பாருங்க. உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப வித்தியாசமா இருக்கும். Like not expecting anything. Even if the friend is not giving you a wave, even if the friend is not talking to you properly, not finding questions and not finding fault in that, being unshakable. But நான் எவ்வளவு தெரிஞ்சு இவ்வளவு இன்சல்ட் பண்றேன் அல்லது இவனை இன்சல்ட் பண்றேன், the person is not even bothering about that அப்படிங்கிற அந்த ஃபீலிங் அவங்களுக்கு கொடுத்துப்பாரு. Because you're if you do that, you will fly like a feather on the air and you will feel so comfortable because there is very less amount of bleeding into the heart. So here you did that in this exercise. A cinema villain came, a military officer came, and a businessman came. All these people were really liking you and they gave the briefcase to you because I like you because you, yes, of course, you said you need money, but you did not say the money was needed for you. You said the money was needed for this kind of a portfolio, for that. And the selflessness ungitta irundhuchu. The selflessness irundadanaala I would like to give you a taste later. So the more selfless you are, the riches are going to come to you. It might be sounding a little weird when I'm saying this particular statement, but I'm living that way of life. The more selfless you are, the riches come to you. People come to you. Forget the riches. Who cares? The people come to you. The network comes to you. Right? Okay? Then you can ask me a question, sir. அப்போ அதுலேயும் ஒரு செல்ஃபிஷ்னஸ் இருக்கா? இவங்க நம்மளை வரணுங்கிறதுக்காக என்ன செல்ஃப்லெஸ்ஸாக இருக்க சொல்றீங்க. So that's also selfishness. No. I'm just asking you to be yourself. And when you are trying to be yourself, people will really like you. And with this Rene Deluxe activity, I wanted to infringe 3 learning systems into your mind. Learning system number 1, I want you to be selfless, but very strong with your purpose. On purpose, la பயங்கர ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருக்கணும், அதே சமயத்துல செல்ஃப்லெஸ்ஸா இருக்கணும். You see, that's a very creative balance. You are being very strong with the purpose, at the same time you are very selfless. Second thing I wanted to infringe is this kind of relationship maintenance I spoke now. Never ever fall prey into a friendship or a relationship by expecting too many things from the respective people. But be an enormous giver. Just give for the love of giving. And the third one is being watchful. As Mitra mentioned, like a police officer. As Prabhupada mentioned, like a police mindset. Be watchful. Selfless-ஆ இருங்கன்னு தான் நான் சொன்னேன். ஆனா எல்லாத்தையும் வாட்ச் பண்ணணும். ஒருத்தர் இப்படி நடந்துக்கிறதுக்கு பதிலா அப்படி நடந்துக்கணும். See, சைக்காலஜிஸ்டா நீங்க படிச்சு தான் சைக்காலஜிஸ்ட் ஆகணுங்கிற அவசியம். You can be a psychologist yourself if you are really trying and having the willingness to read people. ஒருத்தர் டிஃபரன்ஸ் காமிக்கிறாங்கன்னா அந்த டிஃபரன்ஸை வந்துட்டு ஸ்னாப் ஆஃப் த ஃபிங்கர் மோமெண்ட்ல யூ வில் பி ஏபிள் டு ஐடென்டிஃபை. யூ ஷுட் பி ஏபிள் டு ஐடென்டிஃபை தட். ஸோ இஃப் யூ ஆர் ஐடென்டிஃபைங் தட், எதுக்கு ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ண சொல்றேன்னா அந்த சேஞ்ச் ஆஃப் பிஹேவியர் வரப்போகுதுன்னு தெரிஞ்சு நீங்க அதுக்கு அட்ஜஸ்ட் ஆகிக்கலாம். யூ கேன் அட்ஜஸ்ட் யுவர் செல்ஃப் அக்கார்டிங்லி so that you will not be having any disappointment. Because life is full of opportunities. So we are stepping into the 22nd century soon, and you will not have the friendship oda tattvam, in the relationship oda tattvam. All these will be history hereafter. There will not be any good friend for you. But it doesn't mean that you should be a bad friend for everybody. But for you, there is no stock, supply illa. But as far as you are concerned, நீங்க அந்த ஹிஸ்டாரிக்கல் ஃப்ரெண்டா இருக்க முடிஞ்சா இருங்க. பட் அதையே வந்து ரெப்ளிகேட் பண்ணி ரெசிப்ரோகேட் பண்ணி யாராவது இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சீங்கன்னா you'll be the biggest fool in life. So these 3 things I wanted to infringe, and இது மூணு வந்து இந்த workshop, that is Rene Deluxe workshopல கொண்டு வந்தோம். So you are a very good judge by identifying the butler icon, and you are trying to judge and you are identifying the difference in people. Point number 1. And point number 2, you are very selfless by virtue of attracting the hearts of the donators. And the point number 3 is you have a purpose, but at the same time you are not selfish. You have a goal at the same time that you are not too much crooked into it and too much mean into it. So live life in this form. I don't think you will be disappointed in any way. And you will be ready for facing any storm that could come. That's it. I'm done. This is why I was designing this activity for you. Any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Your activities are actually
No, sir.
really
No, sir.
interesting. Like the lessons that we learned from it. I did not see this coming. It's really cool.
Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. I always explain a 5-minute or 6-minute explainer like this after every session. So you've seen this for the first time, so
Yeah, it's cool.
thank you.